August 15, 2025. Chicago becomes the center of the MMA world for UFC 319. Tonight, all eyes are on the city known for its strong wins, but tonight, those wins carry a different kind of spirit and excitement. UFC 319 isn't just any event, it's a night that will be remembered in the history of mixed martial arts. The city is buzzing with excitement, not just for the stacked fight card, but for the main event that could change the middleweight division. Fans from all over the world have gathered, bringing unmatched energy and spirit. Chicago's streets are filled with UFC banners, and every corner of the city pulses with excitement. In one corner, the champion Dricus du Plessis, a man who has beaten legends. With the championship belt around his waist, he enters the octagon with confidence and determination. Every step he takes shows the hard work and dedication that brought him to the top. In the other corner, Khamzat Chimaev, an unstoppable force of nature. With every step he takes towards the octagon, he brings an aura of fear and power. Chimaev is a symbol of toughness and courage, a fighter who never gives up. This isn't just a title fight, it's a fight for history, with undefeated records and greatness on the line. The championship belt up for grabs tonight is a symbol of being the best in the middleweight division. Every punch, every kick, will decide who will be the true king. The world watches as two giants get ready to clash, each ready to give their all in the octagon. Backstage, they prepare with an intensity that only true champions have. Inside the octagon, their eyes meet, full of purpose and fighting spirit. Tonight, history will be made live. Every second, every moment, will be part of a big story that future generations will remember. The fans in the arena stand with hope, waiting for the moments that will decide the winner. Chicago is ready. The world is ready. The city lights shine brightly, showing the excitement and energy in the air. Fans from all over the world gather, carrying their flags and hopes, waiting for the final moments before the main event begins. At the end of the night, the middleweight division will have its true king. Whoever wins, they will be remembered as a fighter who overcame all challenges and stood at the top of glory. Tonight, history will be written, and the world will see a new legend born. Dricus du Plessis, the pride of South Africa, steps in as the undisputed UFC middleweight champion. His journey has been defined by toughness, being able to change, and a style that keeps opponents guessing. He's a striker, a wrestler, a grappler, always getting better, never predictable. Dricus earned his belt through tough fights with the best in the division, never taking the easy way out. Each time he defended his title, it just made him more legendary. Tonight, he faces his most dangerous test, but he thrives under pressure. Dricus is ready to protect his kingdom and silence any remaining doubters. Khamzat Chimaev has burst into two divisions, leaving destruction in his wake. Since his UFC debut, Chimaev has instantly grabbed the world's attention with his aggressive and no-holds-barred fighting style. Every step he takes into the octagon is filled with an aura of threat, making opponents nervous even before the bell rings. His relentless pressure and world-class wrestling have created an aura of invincibility. Chimaev is known for dictating the pace of the fight from the very first second, forcing opponents to fight under his pressure. With solid wrestling technique and incredible physical strength, he can control anyone on the canvas. Chimaev's rise has been incredibly fast. Record-breaking wins, minimal damage taken, and a reputation for dominance. In a short time, he has defeated several big names with little resistance, proving that the hype around him is not just hot air. He is a scary opponent, choking on the ground, dangerous when standing. Chimaev doesn't just rely on wrestling, he also has sharp and aggressive striking. Every punch and kick is a threat, making opponents always have to be careful in every position. Tonight, he's no longer just a prospect. He's the #1 contender, ready to claim gold. Chimaev's journey to the top has brought him to this point, where only one more win separates him from a world championship title. The hype is real, but now he has to prove it against the champion. All eyes are on him, waiting to see if Chimaev can truly conquer the top and etch his name in UFC history. A win tonight will mark the start of the Boers era. If he succeeds, the MMA world will witness the birth of a new king ready to dominate any division he enters. For Chimaev, this is destiny. Tonight, he's fighting not just for the belt, but to prove that the legend of Boers is real and ready to conquer the world. Dricus du Plessis' reign at the top of the UFC division was built on huge wins over two big names, Sean Strickland and Israel Adesanya. These wins weren't just numbers on his record. They showed his toughness, smarts, and champion mindset. Against Strickland, Dricus faced a really tough opponent known for his aggressive style and amazing stamina. In a fierce 5-round fight, Dricus showed incredible physical and mental strength, taking hits and pressure until his hand was raised as the winner. Meanwhile, when he faced Israel Adesanya, Dricus was up against one of the most dangerous strikers in MMA. Adesanya was known for his precise striking and unpredictable moves, but Dricus was able to stop Adesanya's strengths with constant pressure, smart attack combos, and a solid game plan. He didn't just defend, he took control of the fight, making it hard for Adesanya to find his rhythm. With a disciplined plan, Dricus kept pushing Adesanya against the cage, forcing the former champ to stay under constant pressure. Against Strickland, he also proved he could handle a tough physical fight, matching his opponent's strength and speed and staying focused until the very end. Each round showed that Dricus wasn't just a strong fighter, but also smart at reading the situation. When the fight was close, Dricus stayed calm and was able to change his plan. He didn't just rely on strength, but also on technique and fighting smarts. The close judge's decision went his way, showing that he could beat tough fighters and outsmart the best technicians in his weight class. These wins are the foundation of Dricus du Plessis' legacy in the UFC. He has proven that he deserves to be at the top of this sport, beating big names in a convincing way. Each win builds his confidence and reputation as a true champion. Now, with the championship belt around his waist, Dricus is ready for the next challenge. As he gets ready to face Khamzat Chimaev, one of the most dangerous and unexpected challengers, the confidence from his wins over Strickland and Adesanya gives him new energy. Dricus knows the challenge ahead won't be easy, but he has proven that he is always ready for the biggest fights. Now, he stands at the top, ready to defend his throne against anyone who dares to challenge him. Chimaev's path to the title has been a rampage, a record-breaking streak, barely touched by his opponents. He crushed early competition, absorbing only 2 important hits in his first 4 UFC fights. His fight with Gilbert Burns proved he was more than just a bully. He's a true fighter who can tough it out. In the middleweight division, he's gotten even stronger, taking out challengers with ease. Now, only the champion remains. The wolf is at the gate, ready to claim his crown. Chimaev's trail of destruction leads straight to Duplessis. This main event is a classic clash of styles. Dricus brings an awkward rhythm, relentless pressure, and knockout power. His unpredictability is his weapon. Chimaev is a divisional wrestling giant, closing the distance with explosive speed and suffocating top control. If the fight stays standing, Dricus's striking and cardio could wear Chimaev down. If Chimaev gets him to the ground, his wrestling and ground and pound could end the fight quickly. The fight hinges on who dictates where the fight takes place. It's a battle of wills and styles. One mistake could decide everything. For Dricus, beating Chimaev would be a career-defining moment. It would lift him from champion to all-time great, putting him in the GOAT conversation with Silva and Adesanya. Chimaev's undefeated aura makes this a dragon-slaying moment. With wins over Strickland, Adesanya, and Chimaev, Dricus's record would be one of the best in the division. It would silence the critics and cement his legacy. Tonight, he fights not just for a belt, but for forever. A win here changes him from a king to a legend. The UFC 319 card got a big shakeup just days before the event. Injuries meant 2 exciting fights had to be called off, including Bobby Green versus Diego Ferreira and the TUF finale. To fill the empty spots, a middleweight fight between Baisangour Susurkaev and Eric Nolan was added very quickly. Susurkaev, who recently got knocked out in the Contender Series, is making his UFC debut with only 4 days' notice. Nolan, with 4 wins in a row, is looking to spoil the party. This chaos creates chances. 2 new fighters are getting their shot on the big stage. In the UFC, you never know what's going to happen, and that's part of the fun. As the main event gets closer, the stakes are super clear. This fight is all about their legacy. For Dricus, winning means becoming a legend and getting a spot among the all-time greats in the sport. For Chimaev, this is his chance to fulfill his destiny and start a new era. 25 minutes to decide their careers, everything is on the line. When the octagon door closes, only skill, will, and heart are left. One will leave as the undisputed champion, the other with dreams put on hold. This is what a championship fight is all about. Chicago holds its breath as history is about to be made.